What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another spoiler talk here on the channel. Tonight, we are doing a spoiler talk on Pixar's latest film, Elemental.
Yep.
So, very excited to delve deeper into this one because I love Pixar. And, I mean, who doesn't, though? Come on, let's be real. Like, who doesn't? And like always, for any spoiler talk, I always got to have a guest with me to help dive into spoilers. So I brought on my good buddy.
That way.
I brought on Zach Attacks Reviews. If you guys remember him from my Moviegoers live show. What's up, my man?
Hey, everybody. Thank you for having me on again, man. This is always fun.
Yes, and again, I'm very, very excited to talk some spoilers about this movie. I really feel like this film deserved a little bit more at the box office, though.
Oh, 1,000%. I can't believe it made less than the projected.
I mean, I thought animation was going to be such on a roll this year because, I mean, we had like two big animated films for opening weekend. Like, what did we have? We had Super Mario Brothers and then Spider-Man.
Those are two of the biggest movies of the year in terms of box office.
Yeah, but then this one, it's like nobody saw it because it's like, oh, it's like Pixar doesn't make original stuff anymore. Excuse me. But and yeah, we were going to talk about this a little bit before we delved into our thoughts, like about this movie, like about people complaining about Pixar these days.
Yeah.
Like, what's your thoughts on that?
So, like, we were talking about it, and I was talking about how people complain. This is not only Pixar, but just in companies in general. Just, oh, you're always doing sequels. Keep doing sequels. We need original content. And then Pixar came out with like original movies back to back to back to back, and people are not supporting them in the way they should. And this was definitely one that I thought was great.
I mean, we had like 4 original Pixar projects in a row. Like,
yeah,
we had Onward, which was great. Soul, one of the best Pixar movies.
So good.
Luca, a very feel-good Pixar movie.
Yeah.
And then probably the most polarizing film of last year, but Turning Red.
Turning Red, yeah.
I love this movie. Like,
yeah. I love that movie too. It was so high up. I think for like 6 months out of that year, it was number 2 on my list for my favorite movies. And then like other stuff started coming down, but it still made like the top 10. I love that movie.
It stayed in my top 20 for the whole year, like, which was surprising. Like, I did not think that film was going to stay on the list.
Yeah, me neither. But it was. I just kept thinking about it and how much I enjoyed it, and I was like, yeah.
It's also a comforting movie for me. Like, I know it's kind of weird for that movie to be a comfort film, but
yeah,
it's one of those films that I can watch, and like anytime I watch it, it's like I don't need anything special to be happening right now. I can just sit down, watch this film, and relax and feel comfortable. Like,
yeah.
Like, it's nothing, like, it's not like one of those like emotionally wrecking movies like no. Soul was. Like, Soul was like an emotional wreck.
You got to be in the mood for that. You can't just watch Soul.
Exactly. But there is obviously some good comedy moments. Like, wait, we can't taste either?
Yeah. Oh, the one that hits me the most is the New York Knicks joke. Being from New York, I was like, oh
God.
How could you? Oh, man.
But yeah, but Luca, I mean, it definitely kind of takes a lot of inspiration from Studio Ghibli. If you really watch that film, you know it's basically like a Studio Ghibli movie. But it works. Like,
yeah.
Like, the
I gotta check it out.
Feels like that one. So
I gotta check that and Onward out. I haven't seen those two.
I think you'd like them both, especially Onward. Like,
yeah.
Because I mean, you cannot think of a better brother pairing in that movie between Tom Holland and Chris Pratt. Like,
yeah,
that is like perfect brotherhood. Like,
yeah, they sound like they would mix well together.
Exactly. I mean, unless you take out Tom Holland's actual accent that he speaks in, just talking his American accent. Like,
yeah,
he's like, yo, you better looking, mate. Like,
that was pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, I love Tom Holland. Like, who doesn't love Tom Holland?
Yeah, he has some haters, but for the most part, I think everybody loves him. He's a good guy, and that's what he is.
Exactly. Like
No controversies. He just comes, does what he needs to do, go back home, and have fun with Zendaya. I can't be mad at him about that.
exactly. I mean, he just wants to be with Zendaya, so what's the big deal? Like,
Shoot,
so
I can't blame him.
Yeah, let's just not make this a trend all of a sudden, like where they actually just start getting controversies. Let's not do that. I hate that stupid trend because we don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Like, there's no evidence.
Yeah.
Show me the evidence and I'll believe you.
Yeah. A lot of that's happening with a lot of people right now, where people say stuff and then the internet runs with it and don't look deeper.
Mm-hmm. Like they did that with the guy that plays Namor in Wakanda Forever, and then now Jonathan and also Jonathan Majors.
Yep.
I don't think like they seem like nice people. Like
yeah,
they do.
You never know, but at the same time, it's like with Jonathan Majors, there's so much stuff coming out showing that like, oh, he didn't do this, but nobody waited for that. They were just like, oh, he's a terrible person. It's like, whoa, hold up.
Like take a chill pill for a minute. Like
yeah,
just go back home and think about what you said. Like
yeah.
But people never take that under consideration, which I think is stupid.
Very.
So, yeah, I'm talking about you guys that were spreading those rumors on the internet.
Yeah.
So, but we're not gonna depress ourselves too long because we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Elemental.
Yes, a feel good movie.
There you go. See, the Reed Dave show says the boys in the house. What's up, Dave?
Hey, Dave.
Just put out a tweet about this very topic. Well, thank you, man.
Nice.
Thank you. So let's get started, and we will go through our spoiler-free thoughts on this movie. Just our quick thoughts, and then we'll obviously go over our positives and negatives, give our final score, and then go into our spoiler talk. So Zach, since you're my guest, give us like a little bit of like how you felt about this movie.
For me, it hit me right in the feels. I'm a bit of a crybaby during movies, but that was like before I did reviews. Now that I watch so much movies, so much television shows, I don't cry during things as much as I used to. I'm starting to get hardened. The last thing that made me really, really tear up was The Whale. And if you don't tear up during that movie, I feel like you're just a terrible person.
Clearly, because if you say one thing about this, if you say one thing about The Whale, that's like the movie's like holding your hand and saying feel bad for the fat person. Like you need to feel bad for him because like of what he's been through. Like,
yeah.
Like you don't know exactly like what he's been through, but the reason like he tells you why.
Yeah. And they reveal it slowly throughout the movie, and you've seen all this hardship, and it hits you towards the end. I think I was in tears for like 2 hours after that movie was done. I was on the way home.
That was a wrecking movie.
Yeah, I was on the train station platform. I was crying. This person came up to me. He was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "No, I'm fine. I just saw a sad movie." But like with Elemental, I think that a lot of the themes hit me hard. Being, I'm African American but Jamaican American, having an immigrant parent, and relating to a lot of the things that Ember was going through with her family.
Yep.
Those pressures and trying to find yourself and being under the shadow. So all that hit me, but also the relationship between Ember and
Wade.
Wade, yes, Wade's was so great. Like they had such great chemistry. They were so fun together. I really wish we got to see. Well, that's more negative stuff, but overall, I wish we got more of them on dates and stuff like that because it was a romantic comedy. But like, it was just such great chemistry. The families were so fun. It was just a fun movie, but then it hits you with some emotional punches here and there.
Yes, I pretty much what you said about it for like hits me pretty well. So I mean, there were some really good emotional moments throughout this film, especially towards the third act, which we will get into in spoiler talk because I can't say anything about the third act without spoiling it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that hit, like somehow, some way, it was getting like my eyes were starting to water, and I like literally no pun intended, but I was like, how is this movie getting me teary eyed? Like,
Yeah.
how is this movie doing it? Like, I mean, it's a Pixar movie, so I kind of expect them to do that to me. Like,
Yeah. That's like their go-to.
I mean, they kind of touch on some deep subject matters anyway, so it's like they take risks.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, Wade and Ember's relationship was very sweet. Like, you wanted these two to be together. Like,
Yeah.
you really wanted them to, but the one thing about this city is that elements do not mix.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest problem. But like once Ember meets Wade, which is in the most awkward way possible, he comes out of a leak.
Yeah.
So
I like how the trailers didn't spoil what that led to.
exactly, like I got the trailer for that a few times, and then I was like, that is exactly what you need to advertise. Like, don't give away the entire movie and how the relationship ends up. Just give us like some tidbits of what the relationship will be like.
Yeah, exactly.
I hate it when trailers do that now, just giving away the entire movie so that way the audience will just go see it now.
Especially
Like,
the romantic comedies. Like they give away like, oh, this is how they started. This is how they fall in love. This is where the problem begins that splits them apart. And this is how they get back together. And it's just like, well, I saw the whole movie in the trailer now.
this is why, like, take some notes from trailers like the first trailer of Renfield and the first trailer of Knock at the Cabin. Like, you're
Yeah.
like setting up your movie in a good way where it's like your audience will want to come see your movie.
Yeah. Those
Because
trailers
if
work
you're
so well in the theaters. Oh my God.
exactly, because the thing is, you want to go see the movie instead of just giving away the most major plot points, and then your audience is like, "Well, I just seen the whole movie, so yeah, screw you."
Yeah.
So that's like, again, people need to take notes from those kinds of trailers because then you actually know what you're getting into. But yeah, the trailer did a really good job. Again, not giving away the entire relationship. Like there was like some big surprises left in there. Like there was some big surprises left in there. So
Yeah, the major plot I didn't even know about. Like well, I don't want to spoil, but like the major thing that they had to deal with, that I don't think that was in the trailer at all.
no, it was not. Like that was. But again, we'll get into that when we get to our spoilers. So
Yeah.
but let's start with these positives. First of all, the relationship between Ember and Wade, as I said before, very very sweet.
Yes.
Let's see the animation. The animation is freaking gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Like this is like again, animation has been kind of on a roll this year. Like
Yeah.
because we had the Super Mario Brothers movie, we had
Gorgeous.
Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, and
Gorgeous.
now Elemental. So
Yep.
yeah, animation's on a roll. I mean we got Mutant Mayhem coming up. The animation in that trailer looks amazing.
It looks amazing. Yeah.
Yes. I am awesome. Like, bro, I'm so ready for that movie. Bring it.
Me too.
So ready.
I think that's a problem. It's not a problem. It just looks so fun.
Exactly. And I chatted with my best friend the other night, and he said that's exactly what the Ninja Turtles were supposed to be. Like just given in the trailers.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But anyways, back to this. Elemental looks beautiful on the big screen. Like this is a movie. Like I know I would usually say that sometimes it's better if it's okay if you watch it at home, but I would still say see it in theaters. This is one where it's like, no, you have to see this in theaters.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I kind of would say that with quite a few movies now, but it's like this one, and obviously Spider-Verse, you have to see on the big screen. Like,
oh yeah, you got to see with people. You need to see it on the big screen, all the colors popping, just as big and wide as you can see it. Not on your small TV. You know, you might have a big TV, but it's just not big enough to really grasp how nice everything looks.
Yeah, like it's like even a big TV, it's close, but it's not quite as good as when you actually see it in the cinemas with the speakers just blaring. Like,
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to get at here. Like,
yeah, the
like,
music was actually pretty good in this film too.
I mean, definitely a lot of like modern type of music choices,
Yeah.
which I'm not usually mad about that, but sometimes I do kind of wish they would stray away from that a little bit. But sometimes that's becoming a common trend with kids movies nowadays, is that they're putting in like modern music that a lot of like this generation is appealed to.
Yeah, the younger generation.
Yeah, but thankfully Super Mario Brothers didn't do that.
Yeah, they used older school music for Mario.
And I was like, good. Like, because like that's kind of what I want. Like, I want some like good old school kind of soundtracks. Like,
Yeah.
again, Guardians Volume 3 did that too. Like,
oh, that's James Gunn's specialty, though. You know,
he always
specializes
does
in
that. That's
stuff.
something I love
Yeah.
about James Gunn. Like,
that Volume 1 soundtrack is still one of my favorite soundtracks for a movie ever. I'll just throw it on.
Like, I love all three of them. Like, all three soundtracks are fantastic, but I think my favorite might be the third one in regards to the soundtracks.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so the soundtrack for this film is good too. Again, the colors, like this is something that a lot of people are forgetting about when it comes to making a good Pixar film. Colors.
Mm-hmm.
This movie is so freaking colorful. Like,
yeah.
Like, stop making bleak romance movies. Give them some color.
Yeah, make them pop. It's supposed to be love. It's supposed to be nice. It's supposed to be, you know, obviously there's moments for darkness and stuff like that, because in romance movies it's always going to be like a dark period. But yeah, I mean, let it pop.
Unless you're talking about films like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind or High Fidelity.
Yeah.
Because those films go more into the realistic side of relationships.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, this one kind of does too in some ways, like, because obviously, like we said before, elements do not mix.
Yeah.
And Ember's trying to tell that to Wade, but it's like Wade sees something in her.
Yeah.
Which is something that I think is very, very sweet. And again, some really good emotional moments and some pretty hilarious, some pretty funny moments too.
Yeah. The movie was funnier than I expected it to be.
Yeah, but that's also where we will kind of lean into the cons a little bit. This movie sometimes sometimes the jokes don't really land. Like, sometimes I'm just like, like, they're just like, okay, you got a chuckle, but you didn't make me laugh.
There was a joke, for the best example, that was in the trailer, so this is not a spoiler. The pruning one.
Oh, so that one was.
They did that. Yeah, and then like there's a pause between the characters, and I guess that's supposed to be like, haha, we laugh, and then they laugh, and I was like, nobody in my theater laughed at that. That did not work at all for me.
Plus you gave it in the trailer. That's another problem. Like,
yeah. It just didn't work. It just some of the puns didn't work out.
Yeah, because a lot of the jokes in this movie are basically puns. But I mean, are we complaining though? Like, not really.
No. I appreciate them trying something different.
Yes.
You know, like, this wasn't this typical like jokes we've been getting in a lot of big movies lately, where they're all kind of like immature, poopy jokes.
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking about something like The Boss Baby, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that shit is flat.
Yeah, of course.
But also, another one of my cons with this film, I didn't really care for Ember's parents. I thought their character arcs were very one note. Like, they were just telling her like elements do not mix and all that kind of crap. Like, her dad's like, one day you'll take over the shop. I know you will do it.
Yeah.
But so I found their characters very one note. Like, there was nothing, like, there was no layers added to them. Like, if you want like some good supporting characters, add some layers to them.
I can see that.
I mean, why do you think 22 was not an annoying character in Soul? She had layers to her.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. Like, you gotta add layers to
I think my only counter to that is that both set of parents we've only saw through Ember and Wade's point of view. There's no scenes where they're just by themselves. And I think that's
Yeah.
probably the main problem is like if we got scenes where they're by themselves and we got a little bit more out of them, but where they're just by themselves, that'd have been fine. But I could see why it's one dimensional because if you're just Ember, you're only hearing you need to do this better. You need to control your emotions. You need to not mix the elements.
Like you
All
hear
the
all of
time.
that, and it's like, okay, I get it. Like,
And just like when you're a kid, you're like, okay, mom, I get it. Okay, dad. Like, so yeah.
so
They
yeah,
could have
that
added some scenes with them just by themselves.
I definitely agree with that, and I definitely do think that they could have added some more time with the other elements, like you did point out earlier, because all we really get is water and fire. We don't get
Yeah.
much of land or air, anything like that. Like we just get fire and water.
They're more used for like jokes and MacGuffins and like plot devices. They're not really characters.
That's what I was trying to get at for that. So yeah, I mean, again, I do like this movie quite a bit. It's not my favorite Pixar film by any means. I definitely would say it's a lot more mid.
Okay.
But it's still a good enough movie. I mean, I would definitely watch it again.
Oh yeah,
So,
I'm definitely watching this again.
Yeah, so I mean, like, why would I not want to watch this again? At least this movie is not like unbearable. Like,
Yeah, no.
like freaking Cars 2. Like, that movie is just unbearable.
Oh god, when
Terrible.
they double down on the annoying aspects of characters instead of writing,
and they make it a
characters.
spy car movie.
Yeah, just weird. Like who asked for
that? Like who asked for that? For crying out loud! Like who asked for a spy Cars movie?
I don't know.
And then
Maybe
Cars
some secret
3
Reddit.
And then Cars 3 is everything you've seen in Rocky. So, like, it's every
That's
single
funny.
Rocky cliche that you could ever imagine in that movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, just watch any of the other Pixar movies besides Cars is my suggestion. Just watch the others.
Okay. I do have to catch up on a bunch of my Pixar films. I haven't seen a lot of them.
But I would say, though, I mean, I don't hate the first Cars, but just like now that I'm 20, I just don't feel like it's watchable anymore.
It's for kids.
Like, that movie is like, yeah, this one is so made for kids. Like,
gotcha.
So it's like, yeah, I can't really fathom to watch it anymore. Like, so, but on a like for your scale there, Zach, what would you give Elemental?
So I haven't even put my review out yet because I've been really trying to think about how much I like this film. I think on my scale on my channel, I do letter grades, and I think I would give Elemental a B, which to me is a great film. I think that there's some stereotypical things that's holding it back is there's some stereotypical romance stuff to it, so it doesn't really do anything to push the genre forward or elevate those points. They just execute them really well and make me like these characters. And I think that the story is not as focused as it could be because there's so many different things going on at the same time. So they don't maybe not spend enough time on certain things. Like you said, we don't see a lot of the other elements. The supporting characters don't get fleshed out too much. They just focus on those two, but then they also separate them a lot. But the movie hits me right in the feels with the subject matter. It's so funny.
Yes.
Even though it misses, there's a lot of funny moments. It's gorgeous. And I just really like a good romantic comedy. And I think it's a good romantic comedy.
Yep, it's a good one. I also do letter grades. I would also give this movie a B, but in regards to my Letterboxd scores, I would give this one a 3.5 out of 5.
Okay, so you gave 3.5. I think Letterboxd gave it a 4 stars out of 5.
Yeah, so yeah, for my scales on Letterboxd when it comes to the grades, so my 5 out of 5 movies are obviously the A+ movies.
Yeah.
4.5 out of 5 would range from A to A-. The 4s would range would range to B pluses, and then 3.5s are Bs, 3 is B minus, 2.5 is a C plus, 2 out of 5 is a C and C minus, 1.5 is a D plus, and then 1 out of 5 is D minus, and then and then obviously half star is
the F
from an F from half star, and then like going 0.75 to 0, all Fs. Like, no question.
Gotcha.
Anyways, I'll set the comments. I am choosing to see this tomorrow over The Flash.
Damn.
It's not a bad choice, honestly,
Yeah.
but I think tomorrow I might go check out The Flash, but we'll see.
Both enjoyable movies.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to check it out over the weekend, so I think I will check it out this weekend if I can.
Did you get to see Extraction 2 yet?
Not yet, but I will. I am gonna watch it a little bit later.
Whew.
I heard it was great though. Like, I heard it was great. But Mill, what's up, man? How you doing?
Hey, man. Hey, Zach. I'm actually gonna be doing something with him tomorrow. He's gonna be on my channel.
Can't wait to see it.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Anyways, not usually one for spoilers, but I gotta know: did water get fire wet?
Yeah. Actually, yeah. In a good way and a bad way.
I mean, every time he comes in with a joke like that, but you know what? It's all for the love, bro. Appreciate it. Disney just puts these movies out on Disney Plus too. Yep. I mean, because they
extended it though. It used to be like 45 days they would put it on Disney Plus. Now it's 4 months. So they're getting better. I think it needs to be 6 though. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, but I think it also kind of depends on how well the movie does, and financially.
Yeah.
Like speaking on Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, that's not going to be on Disney Plus until like another couple months or so, because it's been doing really well.
It probably will come on Disney Plus like a week before the Marvels. Just like, here.
We'll see. Oh my god! Which, by the way, I still need to watch Miss Marvel. I haven't watched that yet.
Yeah, I love that show.
But from the trailers, though, the Marvels does look like a lot of fun. Like,
oh yeah, it does.
And just again with that cat, Kamala was traumatized. Like,
oh, I love that reaction.
Oh my god,
that was like,
he was so traumatized.
That was the best day ever, because like it's so human. Like, we would react to that if we saw a damn cat with tentacle mouths.
I mean, she only is human, so I mean, what else can you say?
Yeah.
It will be on the streaming service in August at the latest. Well,
June, July, August, maybe might be September.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't think we got Lightyear on Disney Plus until September. Like,
yeah.
But obviously we got Love and Thunder on Disney Plus in September because nobody saw it.
Yeah, it almost made it, because like Marvel movies these days, they have to make like 800 million, and it like just missed it. So
I still think Love and Thunder's fun. I don't care what anyone says. I still think it's a fun movie.
I agree. It is a fun movie. I went in there with low expectations. I was like, oh, this is good. This is fun.
See, the average audience member will just wait when they have announced a costume to that. Paramount, Disney, and HBO lets the time between theaters and streaming breathe a little bit. Yes.
Yeah, they do.
But with
especially
Scream 6,
Paramount.
Yeah. But with Scream 6 though, it came out like exactly 45 days after the film's initial release. Like,
yeah.
But it still made a lot of money. Like, I
think that's why they did it, because they were confident enough that people will still go see it in theaters.
Yep. Missed the E. I did jump.
Oh God.
That just sounds embarrassing.
How did you do that?
Did you say that Boss Baby was like your favorite movie? You better not.
I hope not.
I know, like, the soundtrack is good, but still, I don't really care for the Cars movies. It's how ingrained we go A, B, C, D, F. Poor E. I mean,
I might
guess,
incorporate E. It'll be like E for effort. You tried.
That should be like the really low 1 out of 5s, basically. Like you gave me your best shot, even though it really sucked.
Yeah, you tried.
Yes, I know. I gotta watch Miss Marvel, but again, I gotta find the time to do it.
Yeah, there's so much crap to watch. I'm still behind on all my shows. That's why I stopped reviewing them, because I was like, I don't have time to do movies and shows at the same time. I can't.
Let's see. Dave says he highly recommends The Blackening.
Man, if you do go with friends. That is a movie. Even if you don't go to the theater, if you see it on streaming, invite people over. That's a movie to watch with people. It's so fun.
Yeah, but my theater didn't get it, so I'm not gonna be able to see it for a while.
Okay, that sucks.
But to be real with you, honestly, I wasn't really all that excited for it from the trailers. Like I was just like, oh, that's the movie I'm signing up for.
It's better than the trailers. I'll say that.
Okay, but the only movie I got in front, the only trailer I got in front of John Wick 4 that I was even excited for was Sisu. Like,
yes, that movie is great.
I still need to see it, dude. I need to see Sisu.
It's on either Paramount or Peacock or something like that.
It's on what?
I think it's on Peacock. Hold on, let me see. I know it's on streaming right now.
If it is, I need to
look. No, it's you can rent it from Prime.
Yeah, but it's $20, and I'm not paying $20 to rent that.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I will wait till the price I'm waiting till it goes down to like $6, and then I'll rent it. Because $6, that's a much smaller price to pay.
Oh, Sisu's gonna go on Max. Okay.
What did it say when it was gonna go on Max?
No, when was the release date for Sisu? Because Max takes a little while before they drop their stuff on there.
Oh, okay.
Sisu. What was it came out April 28th, May, June, July. So it might go like July or August.
Okay. I need to see Sisu. Like, I really do.
Yeah.
Like, because again, when I got that trailer, I was like, dude, not at all what I was expecting. Like when I was like, oh, it's a guy that just finds gold. Okay. Finds Nazis, and then he just murders one of them with a knife through the brain.
And that scene is still good in the movie, even though I saw that trailer like 50 million times.
I mean, no matter how many times I see the trailer, it'll still please me because I'm sure the movie is awesome. Like, even with the landmines, like, dude, the landmine scene that was also shown in the trailer, like it was the guy that just, I think he actually threw the landmine and then it hit the Nazi and then he just blows up.
Yep.
Like, that is just amazing. Like, that will be a story time type of video. Oh, I think he's talking about The Blackening.
Yeah.
That's right. Secret Invasion this Wednesday. I think I'm gonna wait until all the episodes are up before I watch Secret Invasion.
I have trepid excitement for it. I haven't been hearing good things, so but I'm gonna go in. I don't understand why this wasn't a phase. Like, I'm really confused by that, but I'll check it out.
Yeah, but maybe if I really just like I don't feel like doing anything, I'll just watch the first episode right away, I guess. But
yeah.
Oh, that's why. That makes sense.
Boss baby, that's hilarious.
Let's see. Agree. He says The Blackening is better than the trailers. That's the Sisu Steelbook. Yes, that Steelbook.
There's a Steelbook.
Yeah, there's a 4K Steelbook for Sisu.
Oh, I need to get that immediately.
It looks badass.
Oh, I see it. Oh, they have it at Target? I haven't seen it in my Target.
I think it's at Best Buy when it comes out, but it'll be out in a couple of weeks.
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna
coming out. Let's see, it's coming out the same day as Scream 6, which You know your boy's getting it. I mean, I love Scream
Of course.
6. Beau is Afraid's also out that day too.
Oh, I need to get that. That's my second favorite movie of the year.
I still need to see Beau is Afraid. I need to see it. And obviously, Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. You know your boy's picking that up. Like that's a.
Yeah, I was gonna watch it on streaming, but I think I might just pick because it sounds like my kind of movie. I might just pay for physical and just watch it, and hopefully, I'm not disappointed.
You will not be disappointed by that movie. Like I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. Like if you, I mean, obviously this is more like geared towards younger women. But
Yeah,
it's another film that can also appeal to guys. So
yeah.
let's see.
Oh, the John Wick Chapter 4 steelbook is coming out soon too.
I think that just came out actually.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, check store. Oh, okay. Yeah. You're right.
I just got John Wick Chapter 4.
What's the other thing you said? Oh, Beau was Afraid. I'm adding these all to my list.
But there it is. The Baba Yaga.
Ooh. Nice. That's a steelbook?
No, it's just the slip.
Slip? Still looks really nice.
Yeah.
They have John Wick 1 through 3, but it's in the book that he beat the guy up with in the third movie. That's the casing.
That's the steelbook set, actually.
Yeah, I want to get that. It's like $80, but it's worth it for 3 movies.
Dude, it's freaking John Wick. Like,
yeah, man.
But let's see. But speaking of also like exclusives, I did buy the Target exclusive for the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Ooh, I didn't know that was a thing. I'm so mad. That's probably sold out. Ugh.
Well, luckily on Friday when I went out of town, I was actually able to find a copy of the exclusive. They had a couple of them left on the shelf.
Oh, okay.
When I found them, but I'm not sure about for your area.
Zach Wallace let out a whimper. Zach, you make more money than all of us. Stop it.
Dude,
I'm snitching on you, Zach. How dare you?
Come on, Milton. You get a lot more super chatters. Like,
yeah.
What else? Like, what do you want me to say?
Out here, I can't wait till now. We can get super chats if we get the watch time hours. You're almost there.
Yeah,
you get the 500.
Yeah, I just got to get there, man. I got to get there.
Yeah.
I'm still pissed that I pre-ordered the Scream Steelbook from Walmart and I won't even get what?
November.
Should have gotten that from Best Buy, dude.
Yeah.
Best Buy is always the go-to. Whoop. I got a cool John Wick 4 cover sleeve that I will share with you guys on Twitter. Nice. Share it to us, man. And I think he was referring to that lenticular cover I got for Super Mario Brothers. Which, by the way, guys, if you guys still have not seen Super Mario Brothers, what the hell are you doing?
Word. Like, that's such a good damn movie. I'm broke, bro. Yeah, okay.
Okay, Zach. Thanks for your excuses.
Lies upon lies.
Excuses. Anyways, now that we've gone through the chat for a little while, time for spoiler talk of Elemental.
Spoilers.
So yes, if you guys have not seen Elemental, leave the stream and put it on watch later, and then come back after you've seen the movie. And then, here we go. So how does this film open, you might ask? Well, it actually opens starting with the mom and dad fire.
Yeah.
And they're just arriving in Element City, and they got their newborn, Ember.
Yeah.
So, and then they kind of show you exactly like how work at the shop is going until she really grows up.
Yeah.
So, and I just kind of I like how they really show you like how they really control their temper. Like, that was a really smart decision. Like,
because it ties into her arc because they control their temper, but she can't. I think that was pretty smart.
And yeah, and especially like with the customers she had to work with, like at the shop, like it's like I've been there. Like, I have been there.
I'm there right now. Happened to me today.
But yeah, I've been there, like, and the way that she blows up at the customers like that, it's like I wanted to do that with certain customers. Like I wanted to do that because that was so mean.
All the time. It's just like, shut up.
How about you just get on my face and move on with your life? Like, that's the thing. Like, don't just be coming in my face and then just pouring out all your frustrations. Just get on my face, leave, and then, how's this? Move on.
Because most of the time they're not mad at you. They're mad at something that's going on in their life and they're taking it out on you.
Are you sure they're not drinking heavy alcohol?
That too. Or on drugs.
That's probably it, because I mean, one of my coworkers that I had before was a smoker, and he drank pretty heavy booze, and he smelled really bad when he came into work. Like, he smelled bad.
Yeah.
So I was like,
I had a weed smoker at one of my jobs.
Yeah, wait, you do?
Yeah, he smells bad. Like
is it like
17 hours?
Like, is it a weed or a cigarette smell?
It's a weed smell, which I don't mind, but it's like super strong and all the time. And it's just like, okay.
Yeah, for mine it was a cigarette smoker.
Oh,
and
that's worse.
That's way worse. And like, I don't have asthma or anything.
Yeah.
But anytime like anyone gets close to me and they smoke cigarettes, like I tend to get nauseous. Because it's like
it's gross.
Yeah, and anytime like he was next to me, I would try to like move away, be like, nope, not standing next to you. Because like I wanted to say it to him, but obviously I'm not a dick. So
yeah, you're only awful to the person.
Like I'd be like, can you like wash yourself up because you smell like shit? Like,
oh, Jesus.
Like I wanted to do that to him because I mean seriously, he smelled so bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, anyways, so then when Ember goes down to the basement to get a few things, Wade appears.
Oh God, yes, but the thing is no. She went down there because she didn't want to explode in front of everybody.
Exactly, I forgot about that. She didn't want to explode in front of everybody. She explodes, and then the leak comes out.
Yeah, it was like you might have just done it upstairs because you make things worse by going downstairs.
Exactly, because I mean, like, why would you just do that?
Yeah,
like she does that, and then it causes a leak to come out, and then Wade appears.
Huge one. Yep.
And it's like, well, you can't be touched by that, otherwise you're gonna die.
Yep. I think as soon as he came out, part of him like washed off half her face.
So she had to eat some coal to get her face back.
Yep, I love the little detail.
Like, that would have been so funny. Like, if Wade came on, like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Did I take your face off?" Like,
my bad. It happens sometimes.
Like movie Face Off. Like, I want to take his face. Oh,
oh,
like that.
What a classic.
Yeah, that would have like raised like the movie like a star above for me if they actually pulled that joke.
Yeah.
But
they just had him as like a super sweet guy, so I guess that's why he didn't do it.
Yeah, he's way too sweet. So then they basically tell him that Wade tells Ember that there's a leak going on around the city.
Mm-hmm.
So she decides to go. So then when she tries to meet the council, or basically the boss of the person that Wade works with, which is Air, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, they say that they're about to be shut down because of the leak.
Yeah, I just found it funny that she did that, caused the leak, and then brought an inspector to her old ass job that hasn't been properly checked in years. I was like, oh no.
It's like, well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Like he didn't tell he feels bad about wanting to like shut the store. Can I talk? To shut the store down. Like,
Yeah.
so then they go to a airball game, which and then they get to talk and they get to talk to that client, and it gives them
Yeah.
and she only gives them 2 days
Yeah.
to get that fixed up. It's like they're gonna need more time than that to get around the entire city.
Figure out where you guys do this as like a living. You couldn't figure it out, but me who does it have to do it in 2 days. Like, what the hell?
Like, I'm like, in 2 days you got me bent. Like, you got me bent. Like, I can't do that shit in 2 days.
Word.
Like, seriously, like how am I supposed to know exactly where the leak is if you don't fucking tell us?
Exactly.
So yeah, then the relationship starts to build up, but then at one point, Ember actually like she wasn't intending on it, but apparently then she like her parents meet Wade.
Yeah.
And then it's given in the trailer that he eats some. I think he's a. Well, they didn't show this part in the trailer, but that he was a food inspector.
Yeah, he lied and said he was a food inspector, so they didn't think he was an inspector to shut those down. That was funny.
Yep, and then they go up to there, and then they try out the really hot cold, which is weird, but
yep,
and it hurts so much that he vomits out a bubble.
Yeah, that screams. He couldn't hold it in.
He was like, oh, and then hits the father, and
that was great. And the
great
face that the father had was just like, yeah, I knew it.
So yeah, then Wade gets banned from the store, which
yeah.
So I'm like, oh, poor guy. He doesn't deserve that.
But if I like how it tied into him talking about how the water is always trying to burn us down or dim our thing, and then like Wade said that by mistake, not knowing it was going to trigger the dad. I thought that was clever, a clever
yeah.
scene.
Like I would be like I would just laugh it off. I wouldn't just treat it like an insult. Like it's like,
yep.
There you go. And then but then later on, you actually get to see Wade's side of the family.
Yeah, and it's so lovely.
Yeah, and then you have the 2 kids are named Marco Polo.
Oh, they did that joke in the trailer, but it was still funny in the movie.
Marco Polo.
Oh, and they just came out.
Yeah, and then what they would usually do, like if there's like Never Have I Ever, they do Try Not to Cry.
Yeah.
So they try to say the saddest things to make the other person cry.
I love that because they're water, so it's just like so easy for them to produce liquid. That's so good.
Yep, and then you get one out of and so then when it's Wade and Ember's turn, yep, Wade gets his tear out of Ember.
Yeah, I think that's where she was like, "I love this boy."
Like, he saw it deep in her thoughts, man. Like, come on.
Yeah, he got me right here.
Like, what feels so good right now.
Feels so good. Yeah.
Yep. But then all of a sudden, the mom tells Ember that because of how she made the glass, that they have a glass company that's looking for someone like her.
Yeah.
But then it's like, I don't know what's going on. I mean, I can tell inside that she doesn't want to run the store. Like,
no.
And plus, you notice that like as she's tearing up, like because of what like her instincts are telling her.
She's never been presented with another idea. It's always been like store. She's never had. It doesn't seem like there's a school or anything like that. So it doesn't seem like it was like, oh yeah, you could do something else.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like sometimes people think I should just do this one thing, or it's like, no, like that's not what I want to do. So So there's that, and then so they try to drive back so they can so then they can do a quick match for Ember and Wade. And then apparently Wade using the reflection of Ember actually makes them a match.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh,
I thought that was so cute.
I was like, bro, like that is such a good friend. Like,
yeah.
Like you could not imagine like if you were like in that kind of element and then you had someone do that for you, like, and it's like, yeah, you're the one. Like they did that just for you.
Yep.
And then
he really wanted to be with her.
Yep. But then, of course, none other than the father breaks it all up because he's a dick.
I wouldn't say he's a dick. I understood why.
But it's like the same time, just leave them alone. They want to be together. Like,
but like if you in your head you're like, either water's gonna put out fire or the fire is gonna boil out the water, and I think that's all they knew.
Oh yeah, but then I forgot to point this out. But the first time they actually do touch hands, like, it's so sweet. Like,
yeah,
because apparently he doesn't boil to death.
Yeah. He literally said, "You changed my chemistry," and I was like, "Oh, that's so sweet."
It's like, bro,
I gotta steal some of the stuff Wade says in this.
Yeah, but then it reminded me so much of West Side Story in some ways. Like,
I heard that comparison.
I mean, because they're on opposite sides of the spectrum. Because like if you know in West Side Story, like the couple that we get in the film are on two opposite sides. Like, because obviously Tony is part of the Jets, and then apparently Maria is basically on the side of the Sharks.
Yeah,
but dude, their relationship was so sweet. Like,
exactly.
That's another thing. Like, even if you're on opposite sides of the spectrum, you got to have a sweet relationship in order for us to actually want you
to be together and risk everything.
Exactly. And the way that they, like, again, it might feel like so awkward. Like if you approach each other like that, like just like that, like in a movie like that, like it would be so awkward. But then at the same time, it's like, well, you two would make a good match.
Yeah.
So
he calmed her down and she inspired him. Like she's like so fiery, obviously, because she's an ember or whatever, and she can't control her emotions, and he cools her down because he's water. But then he's so chill and doesn't inspire for nothing, but she puts the fire in him. I like that because that's like a real life thing. Like I've had friends who are in relationships where they date somebody that's the opposite of them, but it's because they push them in different ways and they use the elements to complement that. I thought that was dope.
Yes, and then after a little breakup, then apparently that's when they're gonna start doing the Ember fireplace. And I was like, bro, she doesn't want this. Like, just let it go. She doesn't want it.
She doesn't want it. Yeah, but she has to. She's not telling him that. That's the problem.
But then, like one of the most heartbreaking things happens, which is like Wade confesses his love to Ember, but apparently she doesn't love him. Like, quote unquote, apparently.
Yeah, I knew that was a lie from the moment she said it.
Like, I kind of figured that too, but then it's like you don't know exactly where it's gonna go. Like,
yeah,
that's the thing with Pixar. They do it in a way where it's like you can't predict it. Like, but even though obviously this is another film that's also made for kids.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Pixar does it in a way where it's like they make you think differently.
Yeah, there's some adult themes in there where you're like, okay, this is gonna be more complicated. Maybe they figure out that they shouldn't be together. Maybe they're best or better as friends. Maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Like what's another good example of that? Like, that is not just a Pixar movie. Like where it's like they did this part of like where it's like they could just be friends or anything like that. Like that's something that I'm thinking of here. Like
The only
where
thing I can think of right now is like 500 Days of Summer was a film where they both really wanted to get together, but they didn't really work out as a relationship.
it's the same. It's also the same thing with Eternal Sunshine and High Fidelity. Like
Yeah,
because those two films, like again, like also with 500 Days of Summer, they go into the more realistic side of things and realistic side of relationships.
yeah,
And it's also a Shakespeare kind of tale, like Romeo and Juliet, like
yeah,
like there's so many movies that you could compare this film to. Like of course West Side Story, Romeo and Juliet, and then obviously those three rom-coms we listed off: High Fidelity, 500 Days of
yeah.
Summer, and Eternal Sunshine. But I
But
don't
even
really
like
say
something like Meet the Parents and stuff like that.
I have nipples. Great, could you milk me?
You know what's funny? This movie also similar to something that came out this year, and that's About My Father with Robert De Niro.
Ugh.
I'm not saying the movie's good, but the premise of that film, like the guy is like Italian. His father is very different minded from the family of the other side. Even the family of the girlfriend is very similar to Wade's family, all lovey dovey and crying and so emotional. And then the other guy family is more colder and more serious. And it was just similarities. It's just funny how the similarities are there. It's just About My Father is not great.
No, I mean, I don't even care if I just rate the movie now because from the from the trailers, I feel like I've just seen the entire movie. Like,
Yeah.
so I'm like, you know what? I don't care. Like, if people are just gonna say, "Did you?" People are gonna ask, "Did you actually watch this movie?" I'd be like, I don't care. Because I've practically seen the entire movie from the trailers.
Yeah.
So why would I care? And plus, the movie wasn't because even from the trailers, I didn't even laugh once. So I don't care. I can just rate it up now. I don't care.
It's not even again a letter grade. It's just I don't care.
Well, obviously, I would give it a letter grade because I mean, Sebastian Maniscalco, if that's how you pronounce his name, tries. Because I mean, and I know he is a funny guy. Like, because I mean, dude, he was in the Super Mario Brothers movie for a little bit as Spike.
Yeah.
And he was funny. Like, tell me, have you even gotten one call since you left me to start your dumb company?
Oh, that was him?
Yep, that was him. As a matter of fact, Spike, we have. Wow, really? Yeah. Our mom called and she said, "Oh boy, is this the best commercial I've ever seen?" Like, bro, like, you gotta also give credit to Charlie Day's energy, like for him playing as Luigi.
He was so good as Luigi.
Yes.
He's Luigi in real life.
Like, bro, like Charlie Day is also one of those people that never fails to get a laugh out of me. Like, he's that funny. Like, he never fails to get a laugh out of me.
We need to get a Luigi's Mansion film immediately.
That's what
even if it's like a short, even if it's like a short 20-30-minute short, just give us something.
Yes, exactly. That's what I want. So, Illumination, give it to us.
Get on it. They're working on getting Legend of Zelda, so I could see them prioritizing that.
But they still also got to work on the Mario sequel. So
yeah,
which I'm hope it has potential to even be better than the first. Like,
yeah, they know what they did really well, so they just got to double down on that and then improve the things that people had problems with.
Exactly. I mean, but obviously, like, they're not going to just say that they're going to make another like great story because think about this: the Mario games don't have the best stories.
No, none of them. The RPGs maybe. So if they take from that, they possibly could, but the mainline Mario games don't have great stories.
and I've come to accept that because I've played so many Mario games in my life.
Yeah.
So it's like I've come to accept it at this point. Like, so I didn't really find that to be an issue with the Super Mario Brothers movie. Like,
yeah, me neither.
Because I'm a nerd. I'm a nerd of those games.
I knew it was coming. I knew that it wasn't going to have a simple ass story. Like, that's Mario.
Exactly.
And the problem, I was saying the problem with other video game movies is they try to tack on like a story onto it that is not necessary, and it bogs the video game
story that doesn't make any sense. Like,
yeah,
like, because when it comes to Super Mario Brothers, they take the same kind of story from the games, but in a way where it's like you still will latch onto it
Yeah,
because it's mostly because of the characters,
I
like
was just about to say that.
like mostly between the brotherhood of Mario and Luigi, like
And that ties back into Elemental. While the story is not, it takes from a lot of different things. It's not super original. The characters are really, really good.
exactly like they're good together, and then you actually feel some of their pains.
Yeah, and you just
Like,
want to chill with them. The best movies like this is like characters you don't want to leave. You're like, I just want more time with them.
exactly, just like Super Mario Brothers, like you want more time with them because you love their brotherhood.
Yep.
Like, because seriously, like when the commercial came on, this entire family saw it. But yeah, there was a lot of conflict that went around it. Like
Yeah.
and when Mario obviously left the dinner table, his brother felt bad.
Of
Like
course.
because it shows it like that'll show you that they're good brothers. Like
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. Oh God, dude, I don't want to get teary eyed now because we're about to get into one of the saddest parts of the movie. So
Oh
yeah,
boy.
so then all of a sudden the glass breaks that Ember used to um deflect the
Oh
flood,
yeah. Hmm.
and then it gets all the way into Fire City, and if they step inside it, they will die.
They will
So
die. Yep.
yep, and a huge flood comes in. Um, they think Wade and Ember think they can't make it, so they hold off like inside the match room, I guess you could call it.
Yeah.
So then, but then Wade boils, and you think he's dead. Like, and I'm like, no,
Yeah.
no.
I was like, this is what they're gonna do to us.
But then they made it work by making him cry out a lot of water, so that way he can come back to life.
And I love that was such a callback to earlier. You know.
Yes, like you're making so many callbacks to earlier, and it's like, bro, like this works.
Yeah.
But what kind of ruined that for me was because like there was some younger girls that were sitting in my row. They were laughing like while Wade was crying. They were laughing.
I wonder why.
And I was, maybe because they don't have heart like we do.
Yeah. They
They just
weren't
think
they
the way
weren't
that
there
he
to take it
cried was
serious.
funny, and it's like guys, dude, like he is actually crying.
This is a serious moment.
Exactly. Like even if somebody was laughing during a really emotional moment during like Top Gun or something like that, I'd be like, get out. Get out.
It's like, what is wrong with you?
Like how do you not have a heart? Like because seriously, when Maverick gets visits Iceman again,
Oh yeah.
bro, like that is so like it's so emotional. Like
It's rough.
exactly. And if people were laughing during that, it's like, bro, you like just get out of here. You don't deserve to be here. Because how like you're treating this movie like it's a comedy.
Yeah.
This is a
Even
like
though
this is
Elemental is a comedy, but like it has serious parts.
just like the ending. Like the ending was serious.
Yeah.
And then finally after Wade comes back to life, they kiss, and it's like, bro, it actually worked.
Yeah.
Like I was waiting to see what was gonna happen if they actually kissed, and it worked.
Oh, that was such a great moment. And I was just like, oh God, they're doing this in front of the parents. And then the father's like, oh. I was like, that's so
Like,
good.
bro, I was just like, aw.
Yeah.
Like it hit me pretty hard, and then basically Ember and Wade actually started a journey together,
Yeah.
and that's basically how the movie ends.
And I love the callback of him leaving his homeland, his father not returning back the spiritual thing that he did to him, and then Ember doing it for him. I thought that was so beautiful.
Yes, dude, Pixar does that to you. Like they do it in
Yeah.
a way where it's like you think, like that's something that I like about Pixar. They toy with your emotions. Like,
Yep.
you think it's gonna go one way, where it's like, nope, we're gonna mess with you here a little bit so we can make you cry. Like
Yep.
that was something that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 did so well. Like, you
Yep.
think it's gonna go one way, but then James Gunn turns the tables on you, and it still makes you cry.
Yep.
And yeah, don't get me started on that movie, because like that movie made me cry like a bitch.
I was surprisingly didn't cry during Volume 3. I still don't know why, but I did love that movie.
Bro, I was crying watching that movie. I cried.
Bawling eyes out.
Yeah. Like, for some reason, 2 movies this year that are third installments made me cry. Creed 3 and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Yeah. But then all of a sudden, again, people next to me that are in my row for Creed 3 during the most emotional moment in the film were whispering about random shit, and then they start laughing. And I was like,
wow.
You guys not have a heart? I'm crying here. Like,
is that when the mother passed away?
It's the conversation that Tessa Thompson and Michael B. Jordan are having about forgiveness.
Yeah.
Like,
great.
That resonates.
Great acting. Yeah. They killed that.
Yeah. And it's all credit to Michael B. Jordan, like, because of his directing. Like,
yeah. I rewatched that on Saturday with my mom, and we both were like really silent during that moment, kind of just taking it in.
Yes, exactly. Like, I didn't even bother holding it in. It was like, bro, like this is hitting me hard.
Yeah.
So yeah, with Elemental, yeah, that ending hit me pretty hard. But then again, I just wish those girls were a lot more mature and actually felt the freaking moment.
Yeah, instead of ruining it.
If they didn't ruin it, then yeah, it would probably be about B+ level or something.
Yeah.
But if I actually had the theater to myself, yeah, I probably would have given it a little bit higher. Because I was close to having it to myself. Like, I was really
wasn't
close.
that many people in your theater?
No, it was about 9 or 10 other people in there.
Oh wow.
Like, was yours packed?
Yeah, actually. I actually had a ton of people in mind viewing. But I guess it just depends on where you live too. I live in New York, and we're like a movie-going city. So if most branded movies are gonna have a lot of people no matter what, because like even Beau was Afraid, I had like 70% of my theater was filled, and that movie made no money.
But my theater was mostly packed, like, for some of the scary movies, like Scream 6 and Evil Dead. Like those were packed out.
Yeah.
And obviously, all 3 showings I went to for the Super Mario Brothers movie were packed. Like,
of course, yeah.
That was packed. The one that made me sad was not packed was Renfield. That made me so sad. Like,
I had a decent amount of people in Renfield.
For me, it was me and only 3 other people.
Wow.
Like, that was it. And I was like, well, I get that you're seeing some other good movies, but come on, you guys. Take an interest in some vampire stuff here.
Yeah, vampire comedy. We don't get a lot of vampire films. We're still getting what, The Legend of Demeter or something like that?
Last Voyage of the Demeter.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that.
But yeah, I mean, again, I just want people to support original films. Like,
so part of the problem that happens with Flash and Elemental, one of the problems is like both of them coming out at the same time. That's rough.
Right.
And then also them coming out following Across the Spider-Verse, and then what came out before Across the Spider-Verse?
Destiny.
And Transformers. So it's like,
what else? Like, even Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid's still playing. There's still people watching Mario.
Exactly. There you go. Like,
it's too much compacted in a short amount of time. for people to and then like DC branding is tainted. People don't really go see DC stuff like that. Unless the trailer is like hot, and the Flash trailers weren't hot. Like the Batman trailers were hot. That's why that movie did what it did, because those trailers were fire. But the Flash trailers weren't all that hot. It didn't show it didn't like really grasp what the movie was about. It showed it in a way that people would like love it and be interested in watching it. And then Ezra Miller and all the other stuff is a problem as well.
Yeah, so, but the thing is also Blue Beetle did it in a way where I was like, oh dude, no way. Like I gotta check this out. Like
it looks so fun.
Exactly. And then you got Joel Martidueña getting his first shot at being a superhero.
Yeah.
Bro.
That's gonna be crazy. I love him in Cobra Kai.
Yes, I was about to say coming off fresh of Cobra Kai.
And he got the confirmation that he has a job. Like James Gunn said, that character is moving on. So even if this movie doesn't do that well, which I'm predicting it probably won't, he'll probably get a new creative team or something in the new DCU.
But I'm sure the film is going to be good though. Like I am positive.
Yeah, I don't see it being bad. Honestly, DC doesn't really put out bad films. It's just a mess. The order of films, what's happening, the connectivity, what you should care about is just a mess. So people feel like, oh, I can skip this one.
Well, if you're talking about bad, we obviously talk about Justice League. That shit's splat.
Oh yeah. I always forget about that because I've seen this superior Snyder cut. Yeah, I've seen that 3 times, and I just erased Justice League out of my brain. I watched somebody react. Somebody that never saw Justice League, they saw Snyder cut and they loved it, and they're like, you know what? Let me go see the other one. It can't be that bad. And they watched it, like, holy crap! Why did they thought this was good enough to put out?
Yeah. Screw you, Joss Whedon. Well, I shouldn't really say that about Joss though. I should say screw the studio because honestly, it's not really Joss's movie. It's the studio's movie.
Yeah, he just did what they told him to do.
So yeah, this is my response to Warner Brothers for how he got Justice League.
Yeah, and I screw Josh for the bad behavior he had on set. That's what I say screw him for. But the movie itself, like he did the best he could with what they told him to do. Let's make it more like the Avengers. It's like, no, that's not what we set up beforehand. It makes no sense.
No, like, why would you do that? Like, Marvel's doing because Marvel was already doing it better. Like,
and they also have gotten past the level of the first Avengers film, so you can't put that out there right now and think that people are gonna like, oh, we're expecting bigger and better. This is the Justice League movie. This is the first Justice League movie.
We clearly have the better ones, which are the animated movies.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Example, like Flashpoint Paradox.
Oh, so good.
Yeah. So, let's see. Yeah, thank you for coming in, Dave, because he hasn't seen the movie. So, smart man. Let's just see. Yeah, Zach laughing at us. Oh, hey Tracy, thank you for being here.
Hey.
Said she didn't see the film yet, but plans to. Do so, my friend. Like I urge you, check it out. Like I promise you will not regret it.
Yeah.
I'll watch the replay once I see it. I heard the visuals are stunning and the story is thin.
Yeah.
But it's like I mean, what rom-com isn't really thin with story? Like,
yeah. If it's too thick, it'll get in the way of the rom-com. You know?
Like, exactly. Like, and also here's another thing about rom-coms. If you're making an action comedy with romance in it, like, you should be morely focused on the action side of it instead of just being a normal rom-com.
Yeah. Gotta find that balance.
Exactly. Like, because The Lost City balanced that perfectly. Like, but Shotgun Wedding was like, let's just go to the romantic comedy side.
I like that movie though. It wasn't great. It wasn't better than Lost City, but it's still I was entertained.
it was fine, I guess, but man, was it disappointing.
Mm.
Because it was like, bro, like you have a great concept on your hands right here. Like
Yeah.
Josh Duhamel and J-Lo are about to get married, and then all of a sudden pirates take them hostage.
Yeah.
Like you have a good concept right there, but then it's like if you just lean into the romantic comedy side, you're kind of losing the point. Like you're kind of just missing the point of what movie you're trying to make.
Yeah.
Because I think it's like the director just like saw the Lost City and was like, you know what, I want to make a movie like that. So he decided to make Shotgun Wedding. But don't you know? Sometimes with the bigger stars, it can actually be a better movie. When you actually release it to theaters.
Yeah, Shotgun Wedding was supposed to, and then they put it to streaming, which I think was the better decision.
Because it didn't really look like a movie that even belonged in theaters. Like,
yeah.
Like The Lost City actually felt like they were shooting on location, and it actually felt like a movie that was made for the theatrical experience.
Exactly. That's why when like some people like attack certain streaming movies, I'm like, it's a streaming movie. Like you have to gauge your levels. You can't compare it to something that was made for theaters. Now, if something is made for theaters and it looks like a streaming movie, then you can attack that movie because like, why you made me pay $20 to see this?
Example with the new Children of the Corn movie. Like that movie was actually released into theaters, and it looked like it was made for TV. Like
yeah, not even streaming, for TV, like regular TV.
For TV. and then also when you look at Fear, that movie, yeah, that also looked like it was just made for TV.
I wanted to see it, but I just was like, yeah, no, I don't have time for this.
And you're not missing much anyway. Honestly, like seriously, Zach, you are not missing much with Fear because that movie fucking sucks.
Damn,
it is terrible. Like seriously, when you have a movie that's from the same director as both Meet the Blacks movies, yeah you're in trouble. Like, because those films, like, and I'm not saying this, and just to clarify, I'm not racist. Like, in any way, I'm not racist.
I got you.
I just don't find those movies funny. Like, they're not funny.
I never heard anything good about those movies. Like, the black community doesn't be like, yeah, Meet the Black. No. We're not on those movies like that.
Yeah, and also I didn't really like House Party all that much, the new one that came out this year that was supposed to go to HBO Max, but then they were just like, what was it, the director or was it the studio that threatened to sue the director if they didn't put it in theaters?
The producer, I think the producer tried to sue the studio if they didn't put it in, and they had to end up doing it.
And freaking LeBron actually produced that movie.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, really? Like, why would you threaten the company to release that in theaters? No one's going to see it.
And no one did.
So yeah, LeBron, this is your fault.
Just like the White Man Can't Jump remake went to Hulu, that should have just went straight to Max.
Exactly, because
people are not going to the theater for those kind of movies anymore. Because
it's a remake.
Yeah,
it's a remake of an actual good classic that people love.
Yeah,
and you're just replacing it with B-rate actors.
And then House Party and Might Make It Can Jump are like classics, but they're also classics to like a smaller amount of people. Not everyone has saw those movies.
I know, but it's more like what I'm saying is like it's a classic to like people of that generation. Like
yeah.
But then again, like you remake those movies and you replace them with B-rate actors. Like
yeah.
Like seriously, I mean, look, I like Jack Harlow. Like his music, like I like his music.
Yeah.
And he has potential as an actor because I saw him on SNL and he was funny.
Yeah.
But I don't know. He needs to do better. Like
the few scenes I saw from that movie, he looked like he was doing a decent job. Like I'm not expecting him to give like an emotional tour de force, but he was like funny. So
I mean, he got a couple chuckles out of me, but not one single time throughout that movie I laughed. Like not once.
Oof. Yeah.
I mean, House Party got one laugh out of me, but But honestly, the rest of the film was just painful. Like it was just painful to sit through.
Jeez. Yeah.
So yeah, and they both come from the same director.
Oh, both House Party and that.
Yep, they're from the same director.
Why? So I always wonder how the hell some of these people keep getting
like
jobs.
permission to greenlight a remake that technically is not even going to be good.
Yeah, who's the director? Calmatic. Who the hell?
Yeah, Calmatic.
Who the hell is this? I never even heard of this man before. White Man Can't Jump, House Party, and everything else he's done is music videos. Wow. Well, look, he's getting his start. Maybe he might put out a great movie one day, you know?
Yeah, but as of now, this is not a good start for him. Like it is not a good start. So, I mean, I have hope for him, but it's like after those two movies, it's like I've lost faith in you.
Yeah, if I see your name, I'm not running to see your movie. Who directed Elemental? Peter Sohn. You did a good job, sir.
Yeah, Peter Sohn did a good job. The guy that also directed The Good Dinosaur, which is also admittedly a very mid-level Pixar movie.
Yeah,
but it's still good. Like
he was involved in Ratatouille. He was involved in Lightyear. He was involved with Monster University. So I like Lightyear, and I heard Ratatouille is great. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh no!
What? I didn't see Ratatouille. I know.
Yeah, that one. Like, bro,
I hear that's a great
movie. Like, but I don't know, man. I mean, but honestly, kind of thinking about it, I actually do want to give Skinamarink another chance.
I would say just don't.
I checked out because I didn't even watch a trailer for it. Like I watched the trailer for it, and there was actually some good, like, cool, creepy imagery.
There is, yeah.
Like, but it's just shots thrown all over the place. There's no story.
There is. It's just a lot of like context clues stuff that you got to put together as you watch.
Like you just got to put your mind to it.
Yeah, it's basically like a metaphor for child abuse in a way.
Okay, but I never really thought about it like that. Though. I just thought it was just like a bland found footage movie that. I mean, I know it's technically not found footage, but the style of it looks lot like found footage.
Yeah. Because it's like the camera is the person's eyes, but it does the way it moves feels like found footage. But yeah, it's basically like the way kids see when they're going through abuse. And the monster. That's why everything looks so cloudy, everything looks so weird and stuff like that. It's the way they're envisioning, how terrifying, how trapped they feel in it. That's basically what it is. And the father is the monster.
And I never really felt that though, because I was never abused as a kid. Like,
yeah.
So, but I mean, I could feel that on a rewatch, but then again, it's like I don't really have any desire to. But again, you know, but again, there is something about it that makes me want to give it another try. Like, because it's because again, it is very, very experimental. Like,
yeah.
That's something I kind of like. I mean, I like experimental horror, but it's like sometimes it can be too much.
It can be too much.
Like, I mean, sometimes when you think about like stuff being so experimental, like it's like sometimes it's like, okay, you did some good experiments, but it's like you gave me a headache.
Yeah, and you didn't have like a good central grounding idea to bring everything together. Sometimes that could be a problem with experimental stuff.
Yeah, because it's like, what am I supposed to focus on here? Like,
yeah,
what am I like? I don't see your point here. Like,
yeah.
So,
like that movie was made with $15,000 and it made $2 million,
and that is impressive. Like,
that's very impressive.
Like, and it gives me hope for Kyle Edward Ball, the director.
Yeah,
to make more unique and experimental horror films.
And then he might get a bigger budget. If he could do this with 15,000, let's say you give him 10 million, 5 million, he might be able to bust out something really cool.
And maybe even actually like really like bust out something that really will give me nightmares. Like,
yeah.
Like, because that doesn't really happen with me with scary movies anymore, because I mean, I've seen so many at this point.
Yeah.
But mostly began with The Exorcist. Like,
of course.
Because, of course, The Exorcist is the scariest film ever made, in my opinion.
That's a lot of people's take.
Yeah, but then some people don't really find that movie scary, and I'm like, bro, how do you not find this scary? Like,
I've heard that too. I've heard people say it's not that scary. I'm like, what?
Like, how do you not find The Exorcist scary? Like seriously, like, well, I mean, it's kind of this. Well, I mean, that's kind of the thing also with exorcism movies, that a lot of them are very tropey, so I don't always find them scary.
Yeah.
I mean, The Pope's Exorcist from this year with Russell Crowe actually had some really cool, scary moments. Like, that actually was like, oh, dude, I did not see that coming. Like it was.
I still need to watch that.
Do you know the story about Father Gabriel Lamort?
Mm-mm.
That's the story that it's based on, and Russell Crowe plays the guy.
I saw the trailers. I didn't know it was based on somebody real though. And
the actual Gabriel Lamort performed over 100,000 exorcisms throughout his career. Like,
wow, that's a
lot.
Crazy amount. Yeah, that's a whole lot.
But it shows how much like a person like him as a pastor, or even like as a priest, is dedicated to his job. Like, that shows you something. Which, speaking of, here it is.
Oh, you got it.
Yep. And I really enjoyed this movie. Unlike some people, some people really did not like this movie, and I understand why. Because yes, it's very tropey, but it's a little bit more unique than you think it is in regards to the exorcism subgenre. It's a lot more unique.
Yeah.
So don't just go into it thinking like, oh, it's just going to be another exorcism movie, because it actually adds some stuff to it.
It's more than that.
Yes. It is exactly what I was going to tell you about that. Like, there's a lot more than just exorcisms. Like, there's a story going on.
Gotcha. I'm going to have to check it out. It's one of those movies there's a lot of movies that came out early in the year that I missed.
Like, I'm trying to think of a good one that you missed, but I can't really remember. Did you see Plane yet?
Yeah, I like that movie.
Okay, good. I was about to say, like, I don't know if you saw that one or not, but good. I'm glad you liked it.
It was fun. Yeah, I got to see it early. That was really cool.
Did you see the other Gerard Butler movie that came out, Kandahar?
Kandahar, yeah. I got to see that early too. They're always showing his movies early.
Like, is Gerard Butler just being like, yeah, just show my movies early. No one's really gonna care.
Yeah, just maybe get some word of mouth. But that movie was good too. I like Kandahar. Did I like Plane more? I think I like Plane a little bit more, but Kandahar was good. Yeah,
and then all of a sudden, one of my friends, like one of my buddies that is in our group chat that I added you to,
yeah,
he despises Kandahar and Elemental.
What?
Like, despises them. Like 0 out of 5.
Oh, is that the one that was okay? I think I remember seeing him talk about Elemental.
And I was like, bro, really? Like, it's not bad. Like,
yeah.
Like, I get his opinion though, but still, it's like,
was that the one that said it feels like it's AI generated?
Yes.
Okay. Like, I was like, what? But I was like, hey, that's his opinion. That's fine.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, bro, it's really not that bad. Like,
no.
Good. So, yeah, not gonna dwell on that, because there's other films that I really do think are like actually good that are not terrible. Like he would think, like Shazam.
I love The Fury of the Gods. That movie.
The Fury of the Gods wasn't bad at all. Like, Fury of the Gods was not bad.
I think it was
yes,
just Zachary Levi being a idiot on social media and it backlash on him.
yeah, and I don't get that. I mean, he was just wanting people just to go out and support the film a little bit more. Like,
yeah.
So I don't know how that's a problem.
Some people just don't like him for some reason. I don't know why. I think he's great. Like people are like, "Oh, it doesn't make any sense. The actor that plays Billy is serious, and then Shazam is not so serious." And I'm like, that's the point. Like, he's a kid with a lot of trauma, and he has all these responsibilities he feels, and he's vulnerable, so he doesn't act like a kid. But when he's Shazam, he can because he has all these powers. He gets to have fun. But
Exactly. So people just need to stop complaining about crap like that. They just need to stop complaining.
yeah.
Because we get like every time when it comes to a movie like that, we always get complainers.
Yep.
And it's like, guys, we get it. Just shut up.
Unfortunately, they're not.
Yeah, because
but I'm seeing a lot of love for Elemental on social media right now, which makes me happy.
Good. That movie honestly deserves some love and some more money. Like, because I mean, we got Elio coming out next year, which is another original project from Pixar. Like,
what's it called? Oh yeah, I did a trailer reaction. Elio. That looks fun.
Yeah, it looks good. The animation looks great too.
Yeah. Like, oh yeah.
I mean, it's kind of the case with any Pixar movie. Like, why would it not be?
Yeah. But yeah, the animation looks great. It looks like it's another original idea. It looks like it's gonna be a fun one.
Fun little space adventure is what I'm hoping it's gonna be. But guys, that'll about wrap it up for a spoiler talk on Elemental. This was a lot of fun to talk about.
As always.
Yep. And if you guys are watching this on the replay, if you guys did get a chance to check out Elemental, let us know what you thought of it down in the comments below. Zach, thank you so much for being here and getting to talk about this movie with me, man. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you for having me on again. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. And let everybody know where they can find you.
Yeah, so you can find me on YouTube at Zach Attack Reviews. As you can see right here, I do movie reviews, trailer reactions, ranking lists. I have a live show every week where I cover a bunch of different topics. You can find me on social media at Zach Attacks RVS because my name is too long and I can't put it everywhere. Yeah, you can chat with me there about everything, anime, comic books, or even indie movies. So check me out.
Yes, sir. And the link is down in the description box below to go check out his channel. And hey, while you're at it, subscribe to me as well. So we can getting close into 500. So let's get there soon. Tap on that thumbs up as well. And again, not promising anything, but I'm still planning on getting my reviews, going to go see The Flash. Just again, not promising anything, but it's a plan. So then this weekend, if my theater does not get Asteroid City, I am going to be taking a little bit of a break.
Okay.
Because like I have been going out to the movies like every week for a while. Like, and I'm just like, woof.
Yeah, like, I took my break. I took my break at Zodiac, Nights of the Zodiac. I was like, yeah, I'm good. I'm passing on that one.
Yeah, I mean, I know No Hard Feelings is getting decent reviews so far, but it's like I need a little bit of a break.
I hear that. I think I got my tickets for that on Thursday.
But then, if somebody's gonna keep on telling me to go see it, I'll be like, all right, shut up. I'll go see it.
I'll do it.
But it's mostly with Asteroid City where it's like I have to go check this out. Like,
yeah.
And then, but if again if it doesn't happen, I will wait until next weekend to go see Dial of Destiny. And I am really excited. Let's see what else we got. We got Insidious 5. We got Joyride. Mission Impossible, obviously, bro. Come on,
excited for Joyride and Mission Impossible. Yep.
Yeah, give me Mission Impossible. We obviously got Oppenheimer. We got Barbie.
Yeah.
Also, speaking of Disney, we also got the Haunted Mansion coming up, which.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I got that trailer in front of Elemental, and I was like, that actually looks pretty damn good. Like,
yeah, it doesn't look too bad.
Yeah, it actually looks pretty good. Let's see. Remember what else we got? Obviously, we got Blue Beetle coming up. We got Strays coming up.
I think Gran Turismo is coming out soon.
Oh god, Gran Turismo. Um, I was trying to remember what else was coming out.
Is Twisted Metal a movie or a show?
I don't know for sure, but I forgot we also have the Meg 2 coming up.
Oh, that's gonna be so fun.
But the one I'm most looking forward to, Mutant Mayhem.
Oh yes.
Let's bring on Mutant Mayhem, guys.
That's my most anticipated movie of the year, for the rest of the year at least.
I think now thinking about it, yeah, that is my most anticipated movie of the rest of the year. Like that movie. Oh yeah. I mean, I don't watch Ninja Turtles much, but it's like, bro, from those trailers, I'm like, bro, that looks great.
It looks so fun. Yeah, another great animated film. Hopefully it's great. Because Ninja Turtles has a very good record of not putting out absolute garbage when it's animated. So I'm excited.
But unless you're talking about the Michael Bay ones, like, yeah, those were terrible.
That's why I was like animated.
Because the animated TMNT movie was actually pretty good. Like,
yeah,
I liked that movie. But again, we were talking about like the Michael Bay ones. I'm like, nah, I hate both of those movies.
Yeah.
Like, and a lot of people like those movies. And I'm like, really? Like, I don't like them.
I liked the first one a lot. The second one was like, okay. I didn't hate them, but I didn't want them to continue either. I was like, these are cool.
Mayhem actually is paying respect to the fans this time around. So
yeah.
So yeah, we'll see what happens. One last comment before we go is from Lance. So thank you. And I know you're popping out at the last second, but thank you, Lance, for showing your support. But guys, we're gonna head out for tonight. Please go see Elemental as soon as you can. It deserves your money. It deserves your time. Yeah, we will see you guys in the next one. But peace.